Hello everyone, my name is Oluwadamilola Ajagbe, the convener of the business of marriage. I'm just here this time around. I want us to look at business of marriage. I want to break it down. I want you to understand what I'm talking about when I bring to you business of marriage. I've got a lot of people ask me a question. They ask me, what does business has to do with marriage? I've got that question over and over again. And my response has always been the same. A lot. Business and marriage, when you take a close look at these two, you will see a lot of similarities between them. I've taken my time to observe a number of business owners, especially the successful ones, and I see that I watch them, I looked at them, I see their lifestyle, I see what they do, I see how they do their things, and I see that one of the people I've really taken time to look at is also my husband, because he's another wonderful businessman that I observe a lot, and I see that. Okay, so one day I was looking at him, and I was looking at starting a business from the scratch and where he is today. And I just told myself, if we do this, we do that, if we put the same attention, this resources that we put in business, if we put a little of it, even if you don't put all, if you put a little of this into marriages, you will see that your marriage will also thrive. I'm telling you the truth, the marriage will thrive. So the idea of the business of marriage is to leverage on the framework of any thriving business that you've seen. You want to leverage on the knowledge. You want to see what are they doing that is making their businesses to run, to grow. Then let's see how we can apply it, how we can bring it into marriage and see if marriages will grow. I've tested it. And I'm telling you, I've seen the reality. I've seen that this works. I'm telling you the truth. So I want to place marriage side by side a thriving business. I'm not just talking about any business. I'm talking about a successful one. A marriage that is working. A business that is working, that is growing. You understand? So when we look at what they do and we place marriage by the side of that business, so let's see if applying these things that they know that they do, if we can apply it in our marriages, let's see how it's going to run, how it's going to work. So I'm going to walk you through it, and we'll see how we'll move from there. So let me start by saying that any thriving business that you see, there is none of them, business owners that are doing well in their businesses. There is none of them that started their businesses with the intention of failing. Do you understand? They don't have that mind. They go all out for that business and they say, I'm going to succeed. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what the economy is saying. It doesn't matter what is happening. They go all out to succeed. So see, if we can do that where marriage is concerned, that I'm going into this marriage and I'm going to succeed. So we start with that. See, let's start handling marriage, looking at marriage, doing it like the business owners will do it. They will step out telling themselves that I'm going to prosper, I'm going to succeed. I'm telling you, I'm going to do well in this business. And they step out. So when you are, even if you are not married yet and you want to get married, or you are married, is that okay? It doesn't matter what is happening in that marriage. In case you are married and you feel like things are not working, there's no problem. But tell yourself, this marriage is going to work. Because that is what a business owner will tell you. Regardless of what they are facing, they will tell you, I'm going to succeed. These two shall pass. So in your marriage, just tell yourself, these two shall pass. So we work with that mentality. So now, let's look at this. Life runs on principles, whether you believe it or not, whether you want to agree with it or not. Businesses grow on principles. There are certain principles that grows business. The same thing with marriage. You cannot run a successful marriage without working on certain, or without working with certain principles. For instance, Communication is one of the vital principles that any thriving business that you see run with. And I'm not just talking about communication, I'm talking about effective communication. See, you will hear me talk about my husband a lot because that's the businessman I see around me and he's doing good. But I see that there are certain meetings that we hold at the office. There are certain meetings, and I see my husband prepare for these meetings. Overnight, I see him study, I see him watch videos, I see the effort that he puts into meetings. And I've heard a number of our team members, when they talk about these meetings, they said the reason why there is such a strong bond among the team, among the staff, among all of us, is because of these meetings. My husband will do all he can he will prepare so much to effectively communicate to the team members what the vision is, what we are doing, what we want to do, what we want to achieve, why we want to do it. I see the energy, I see the planning, I see the preparations. So now, bring that principle to marriage. It's not magic. I see couples have an argument, and this one just walks away and that one walks away. And throughout the day, none of them is taking time to think over what caused the arguments. What can we do to avoid this? Effective communication. Not just talking, not just shouting, not just using intellect, no. But we think about what we want to say, what we want to discuss. How can we stop this? How can we improve on this? What can we do? You think about it. Because the same thing that will bring about strong bond among team members, among workers in the business world, is the same. If you can give the same energy, if you see businessmen, and if you see business owners, if you see the way they handle that, if they plan how they're going to communicate, how they're going to pass across messages, if you put that same effort, that same energy into your communication with your spouse, I'm telling you, the strong between you will be growing stronger, and you will be beautiful. So communication is one of the major principles that businesses that are thriving are working with. So see, the next principle I want us to look at is trust. It's trust. When you look at business owners, they want to, especially when they have to bring in partners, they're working with partners, even with their team members, there must be trust. It's foundation. It deepens bond between everyone. And it's not going to be different where marriage is concerned. There must be that trust between husband and wife. Trust is not something that you just wake up to see. It has to be built. You've got to earn it. You've got to be intentional about it. Work at it, that you will trust your spouse, you will trust each other. Another principle that I've seen them work with is commitment. Commitment. Okay, one day my husband played this interview that Alhaji Dangote had with I can't remember now, but it was after they were done with that big project that they just finished. And the way he was talking about the level of commitment, even at the point they felt like, no, this thing, I don't think we can do it again. You would not believe that caliber, that kind of man got to the point that he felt, hey, can we do this? But the team members, they stood, they stayed committed to the cause. But what do we see in marriages? In fact, there was a time that it dawned on me that before, I used to talk about these things, that our parents, like, what did they do? How did they get that level, that grace of commitment Their level of commitment is so huge. There is nothing they are going through in your marriage now that they didn't go through, yet they stayed. But these days, it's like people come into marriage. You will expect them to unpack their luggage when they get home, but it looks as if they don't unpack or they don't fully unpack, because at every given opportunity, at any point in time, anything happens, I'm leaving. Commitment. See, if you can just bring the level of commitment, if we can have that same level of commitment that we have in thriving businesses, if we can bring that level of commitment into our marriages, you will see that nobody will think of leaving. Businesses that are thriving, they don't quit. They follow through with their goals. Do they meet with challenges on the way? They do. Even the richest of them, they do. But yet, they stay committed to that cause, because they believe that we can do it. Just try and bring, if you don't, even if it is not the 100% of such commitment that thriving business owners are putting into their businesses, bring it into your marriage. And you and your spouse talk to yourself, we're going to stay committed. We're going to stay in this boat together. We're not leaving. We've shut the door. As a matter of fact, the day we say yes, that day that we said yes, that key, we came in, we locked the door, and we threw we flushed it, the key. So we are in this boat together. No windows, no exit. There is no how we are going out. So that level of commitment. Another thing I see with thriving businesses is problem solving. As a matter of fact, what will make any business to be successful is that they are solving problems. So see, have that mentality in your marriage. Because there's nobody, that man is not perfect. You are not perfect either. So, but we are here together and we are going to solve problems. Because that is what will make us better. That is what will make us grow. So say, don't run away from problems. Business owners, successful ones, they look for solutions to problems. As a matter of fact, they finish one, they are looking for another problem that is huge or much more bigger than what they solved, the last one they solved. So because somebody is thinking in marriage, every time we are fighting, every time we have arguments, we finish this, we move into another one. Sweetheart, that's the reason why you're in that marriage. We look for solutions. We keep solving the problems. We get to a point that it's two people that will be looking for problems. It's been a while that we fought. It's been a while that we had an argument. You understand? One of my mentors, he said they got to a time that they're like, when was the last time we argued? When was the last time? I love that. They've argued back to back. We argue. But we argue to agree. Not to disagree and scatter everything. Problem solving. Because see, the more the problem you solve, the more experience you get. Somebody is going to need that knowledge. How did you do finance? How did you handle it? How did you handle communication? How did you handle trust? Somebody will ask that question. Can you please stay in that marriage, solve the problem, and bring out solutions for people? Okay, so this last one, I'm going to talk about it. And it's called adaptability. I asked my son a couple of questions. I said, okay, give me the meanings to these words. You understand? And we went back and forth with it. Okay, I'm going to pick it up from this point. It's major, and I'm telling you, you're going to learn a lot from this. So, but I'm going to pick it up from there next session. If you have any question, just drop it for me at the comment section. I'm going to look into it and attend to it. So I see you at the next session. I am Oluwadamilola Ajagbe. Enjoy God.